Welcome back to another episode of Dumb Stuff with Matt. We're back on the GX, of course. We got some parts over here we're going to try to throw together here. So how about we quit pussyfooting around it and let's get after this thing. Well, what do we have here? Looks like a grill. Yep, it is. With an emblem. I'm not sure if we're going to actually hook these up or not, but it does have the grill light kit. We have some ditch lights with some light pods with turn signals built into them. And we also have a diff breather kit. We'll see how that works out. Most of this stuff came from Amazon. Appears to be good stuff, but we shall see. We also have to delete the running boards, so I've got a kit coming for plugs for that, as well as some more rock lights for the kind of running board lights that existed on here. Let me show you. These right here are lights that when we move this junk off, because, you know, I'm not a 70-year-old lady, I don't need running boards, and eventually she's going to get rock rails. So, where should we start? I think we're going to go ahead and start with the grill. That seems easiest. Let's get set up on that one. And remember, the reason we're replacing this grill is, number one, this one looks crappy. But number two, at speed, this thing just vibrates all over the place. So, our first step, let's go ahead and get that hood up. Uh-oh, I lost you. I got you back. Zip. Clip. Zip. Let's get our hood up here. Everything so far seems to line up pretty good. Let me do some investigating here and readjusting of my microphone, apparently. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts to take off. And we also have to undo our hood prop rod here, so... Well, that one's already broken. It would also appear that one is broken. 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 Oh, we got one. Well, we'll never see that again. Dang it. Let me go grab a flashlight. Well, didn't find that. I did find the nut head, so that's good. We'll need that. There's two that actually came free. And one more that's broken. Alright, hang tight a second while I figure this one out. Well, you know, just kind of looking at it, I don't really care if I break it. Let's try that. Well, that worked out pretty good. I forgot about our hood latch situation. I just broke that. So, remind me to put that back on towards the end. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, I broke it clean off there. Cool. Alright. Let me go grab the new grill, see what we got to do to get it ready and prepped. And we got that grill off. Now, just from my experience, these are the little tabs that are mounted inside the grill. Oh, sorry. Right in these spots here. And what's happened is the nut has welded or rusted itself to this stud, and you cannot break it free without snapping the plastic over there. Now, that's great and all. I did soak these with PB Blaster before we tried this, and what I eventually decided to do was just rip the grill off, as you saw, but that left me a problem with a bunch of pieces of grill and these studs still stuck in the hood. So what I did is at first I tried a 10 millimeter and then a plier set. That didn't work too great until I found this 13 millimeter stud, snug as a bug. Once I figured that game out, breaking those other 6 free were easy peasy. Next on our list is we need to get the rest of these 2 bolts out so that we can transfer this assembly over to the new hood. So let's go ahead and try that. There's one. There's 2. Now remember, that went to the bottom. So we're going to take this over to here at the bottom. Uh-oh, did I already do it? I already did it. Nope, that's right. One bolt. There is the second bolt. Now we're getting somewhere. Man, longest grill install of my life. I think up next we're going to go ahead and put the emblem in. Hopefully this slides in like I assume it does. And it does. Now this grill came off of, where did I get this from? I think it was on Amazon on the Black Friday special. I think I paid $119 for it, which is a killer deal. Let's go find us a nice screwdriver here. And I think it'll do the trick. So, the kit came with 4 silver ones and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess we can assume by count which one is which. So let's put some screws in. Okay, that seems to be working just like we assumed. By the way, guys, I don't know who turned the air conditioning on outside, but it is daggone chilly out there. I think yesterday was the nicest day of the week at 33 degrees. The rest of them have been down in the low 10s. It's been cold. We got about 10 inches of snow on the ground as well, which is a little abnormal for my area for this time of year. Usually we don't get snow until after Christmas. Okay, we officially have our latching mechanism hooked up and our emblem. So let's move on. Looking at the old one, looks like there's what used to be some foam, and the kit came with some new foam, but it doesn't appear to be near long enough. No. So we're going to do the right thing. Sorry guys, my wife is heading to work, so she kind of interrupted us there. It's okay though. So it looks like what they want me to do here is somehow split this up into the whole thing, but there's not enough of this to make the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is an educated guess here, and if I'm wrong, I can always take this back apart and fix it. I'm going to cut these into little 2-inch strips and just run them kind of all the way around. That makes more sense to me than leaving one area completely unprotected. I believe what this is for is to keep from vibrating against the hood. So I am going to go ahead and put you guys on speed mode real quick, and we're just gonna hammer through this, okay? Hang tight. We got our anti-vibration tape installed. I think the next move is going to be to start with these little studs here. Looks to be similar replacements to what came out, but it looks like they just slide on in. They don't really stay in place very well. So I think we're going to go ahead and reuse the existing only because they look like they're going to slide in here and be stuck in. And they are. So, back on for the old pieces. Glad I didn't throw those away yet. I did lose one of them. So we will probably skip one. Just because of that. But those are as installed as they're going to get until I can find that missing fourth one. And between the 150 pieces of grill that's all over my garage floor, we're just going to pretend like we went ahead and installed it, okay? Then it comes to these. These look to be pre-fit for this grill. So I think, why not? Let's go ahead and put them in, and at worst case, we just won't wire them, huh? Let's see, let's do one. Oh, there's not really a down the middle, is there? Yes, there is. Right there's down the middle. Okay. How about we put one over here? That wasn't a good sound. But it's in there. So we're gonna go one, skip one, one, skip one, one. Perfect. Hey. I think that's all the pieces. Oh, I don't like that. Well, maybe that's the reason why this was so cheap. Those all work. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and come over here to the truck side. And we're going to go through and just clean up the mess from the old one. So let me put you on hold. I'll grab some cleaners and we'll just get that done real quick. Now, that's cleaned up. It looks much nicer. What I found, and I'm glad I looked, is a couple of these spots where I had to do some work to get those nuts out. We chipped the paint. That is not ideal. So what we're going to do is go ahead and mask this off and spray it with some rust reformer. So let me prep the surfaces for that. Give me just a few seconds, okay? Okay, you can see I clearly masked it off. I have seen it just a little bit to remove the rough edges. It really doesn't make a big difference here. I just want to get something over that paint. So, we got some of the rust reformer. Let's give her a see what she does. It's a little sloppy. Now, I feel a little bit better about covering this up with that beautiful grill. So, I'm going to pull this tape. Well, heck, let us try to pull that tape together, shall we? Did a decent job. Not a whole lot of streaky poos. But This tape kind of sucks. Did not give me that satisfying pull that I wanted. That's okay. We'll get there one way or the other. Maybe. I guess there is a difference when it comes to tape burning, guys. This sucks. Yeah. Come on out now. Oh yeah, look at that horrible tape line it left. That's okay. At least we can say we tried. And that's the goal of Dumb Stuff with Matt. Come on, baby, give it to me in one piece. One piece here now, come on. Oh, horse poop. Okay. Doesn't look like I did any damage to the other stuff on here. So we'll get that up in the air, let it air dry, and when we come back, we will be installing. Guys, if you haven't found this tape from Menards or hardware store that already has plastic involved, that is fantastic. So much easier, so much cleanup. All right, let's take a break. All right, we've given her a few minutes to dry. Let's see if this old girl even fits. All of our well, I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate it. Whoa. What do we think from a distance? Well, I think that's a bit of an upgrade, guys. Let's go ahead and tighten her up so that it stays when I lift the hood. Hopefully everything's okay. Did not think of that. Whoops. Oh, broke something. That's good. Okay. Let's get some bolts on this thing. I'm going to put these on by hand. I was going to try to chase these threads and tap them, but, well, there's no real good way to know what they were. They're not big enough. So, we will just be gentle putting them on. Okay. The ticket here is to go tight enough to hold it on, but not tight enough to break the thing. Is it just spinning? Oh no, she's taking it. Okay, we got one on. That's good. Feels like it wants to go. Just trying to watch for any kind of surprise plastic movement. We're going to leave that one right there. Leave that one right there. Going. Dang. Call that about right there, I think. Okay, well, that's about as good as that's going to get. I'm not upset though. For the money, we can't beat it. Okay, then we got to hook this little fella in. Of course, the tab already broke, because that's how it happens around here. What is our solution for that? I got an idea. Let me tinker. Well, that worked out, I guess. It actually didn't break it. It just popped off like it was designed to. Kind of hard to see it in this light and this angle, but it's on there. And it's holding about now. See, this little guy here had popped off and flew across the room. I was able to locate him. Now, she is working. So, let's close the hood one more time. By golly, I like it. Yep, I dig it. It's gonna go real good with that steel bumper that I'm ordering. Well, I guess our next project we've got is ditch lights. Those are our next move. So let me get the hood pop back open and we'll start with there. I went ahead and attached the light pods to the ditch brackets. The idea here is you're going to unbolt these two bolts here, slide that bracket down and under so it goes this way, then put those bolts back in. So let me put you guys on the stand. We'll do this a little different, mostly because I got to hold this hood down at the same time I'm doing all this at the same time. So let me just put you guys on fast loop and we'll see what we come up with here. Not too bad for a Sunday morning job. Ditch lights installed, not wired. Fresh grill installed, but not wired. There is a reason why I am waiting on wiring everything. We have a boatload of parts coming in this week. So I figured I would just jump in this, get started, you know, get back on the horse a little bit. We've had the holidays, we've had some sicknesses, I've had a couple of long nights at work. I think last week I worked 6 13-hour days. So we've been busy around here, just not making YouTube videos. I apologize, guys. But we're getting back on the horse. Man, that new grill does look good. It's almost reminiscent of that Isuzu off-road machine that they built for a while. Anyhow, the Isuzu Axiom, I think is what it was. But, as normal, guys, I really only get a chance to do this on Sunday mornings and 1 or 2 evenings a week. So I think we're gonna call it here for now. Continue on this video tomorrow. Our parts table is looking a little bare. All that's really left to install oops, is our diff breather kit. I think we're gonna wait until after the lift is done for that. I have some other LED lights to put in. I have a chase light that's coming. I have all sorts of stuff, guys. So let's see what shows up tomorrow. Maybe we'll get some stuff done tomorrow night. See you tomorrow. Updates, guys. I found this little toy on Amazon. It's not really a toy, I guess. It's kind of an expensive little RC truck. Holy smokes. It is motivating. I dig it. You know, what is that, a GX470 on 40s? Let me just do some measurements. Yep, Yep, that's 40s. I dig it. Let's make the big GX match. Whoo! Yes! Well, here we are, Saturday morning. Here in Central Illinois, we're in the middle of Snowmageddon. So I'm going to get interrupted here routinely to go not only clear our sidewalks and driveway, but also a couple of elderly folks around the area. Try to make sure if something happens, they got a way to get out of their house. So I think, while we're sitting in my nice heated shop, thawing back out from the last plow, we're going to get rid of these pesky running boards. We've got some stuff here to clean up the after, so let's go ahead and get after it. For my understanding, there is a clip down there that's got to come out and clips along the top of the running boards that go up to the rocker panels, and then there's 2 bolts underneath that hold the whole assembly up in place. We're going to drop all that down, and then we got to figure out what we're going to do with the wiring. I may have a little something for that. So let's quit talking. Let's get after it. Well, we got the running board off. Not as big of a pain as you thought it would be. So you can see on these little running board mounts, there are 2 10mm bolts on each one. You can see my pile right there. 1 wire harness just past that. You do have to undo. Up next, we're going to go through and clean up this underside, get rid of these brackets we're never going to use, and then we got something special coming. There are the 3 brackets that had to be removed. I did have a couple of broken bolts because this thing's got a little bit of Midwest salt character to it. You can see how bad that one is. 2 broken bolts. Got the rest of them out. Getting ready to start working on cleaning up the bottom of this thing so we can go to the next step here, guys. Hang tight with me. And there we go. All cleaned up. That is all the crap that came out of that running board. There's our 3 brackets. Something else I found while digging around under here, we may have confirmed our head gasket leak. Look at that muffler there all blown out with a bunch of white crusty stuff on it. Not sure. I need to research that and make sure that that is indeed coolant, but it's kind of a weird, gross little liquidy that it's pushing out. I've never seen a car do that. Put it in the comments, let me know what you all think. Well, this leaves this little ugly section here. I reached out to our, I guess we'll call them friends at Blue Dog Design, and they sent this little piece 3D printed. Looks to go in here just like that. Well, that looks a whole lot cleaner. They also sent these little fellas. We're going to use these to fill those holes from the old clips at the bottom of the running board. But the problem is, someone, this guy, forgot to grab RTV sealant to seal them up. So, I am going to try to go through the snow there, see if we can't get us some RTV. The only stuff I have is orange, and I'm certainly not putting orange on white paint. So, we'll check back in. Got the insert installed. And all the holes filled. Guys, this kit come from Blue Dog Design Works. You've seen me do some of the other stuff in our videos. Very good stuff, well designed. This little fender extension is a pain, but worth it in the end. It looks so much better than that ugly gap that was left over. I don't know, let's see what we're doing next. Now, if we look at the old running board, there was a light on each end that act like courtesy lights when you unlock the truck. Same Blue Dog Design Works makes these little LED light pods that mount up in the same holes. So, let's see if we can get these in there. Well, I got the garage lights turned down as low as I can get them. I also did the Amazon key mod. Don't try this one unless you're confident in your cutting ability. But here we go. Yep. That's pretty dang cool. I like it. Well, let's move on to the next thing, shall we? Well, let's go ahead and knock out the other side. I'm going to do this in fast mode. You've already seen me do it once. Well, fellas, I just got some pretty not great news. This was the driver's front support for the running board. You can see a chunk of the body came off with it. So that means we've got holes. Let me see if I can get you down there with a flashlight. Hang tight. Well, I would say she's a bit crispy. That's part of the main structure too. That's fantastic news. Anybody else with a Lexus have the same problem? Maybe if someone had taken these shit running boards off years ago, this wouldn't have happened. The good thing is the body mount looks pretty solid. Yep, we'll probably whole barn garage this one or vice grip it. Not sure which. Honestly, they're pretty much one and the same. But anyway, alright, I'm gonna take a break and we're gonna see what we're gonna do next. Man, that sucks. I can't believe that. There's the carnage from tonight. Lots of rust. That lower rocker has rotted out something fierce right about here. So, I'm going to take a night to think on what we're going to do here. I mean, this is a $1,500 GX. I don't care if it's got rust holes. I just don't want them to get any worse. So let me think on that. We're going to call the video here for the night. I did get this in the mail today. It is an off-road chase light. And after we get that little trim piece done over there at the bottom, we're going to try to mold this into the spoiler, I think. Somewhere in this vicinity here. Will it work? I don't know. Either we ruin the spoiler, or we make something cool. Check in next week. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.